A lot of people like me voted for Trump, and on multiple occasions voted for him. Been backing him since really he came into the political thing. I was never a fan of whatever that TV show he was on or any of that crap. Never really been a fan of him, but he was the only person who actually brought some common sense and Christian values to the table. In addition to the ideal that he couldn't be bought. And so that was very appealing to me. Someone that could actually be in politics that can't be bought. And unfortunately, I don't know what the blue and white team has on him, blackmail wise, but whatever the case is, they're running him like a freaking puppet. And I truly believe that he's compromised. I believe that the entire administration is compromised. I think that we're in a situation right now that if we as U.S. citizens, no matter what, no matter what color you are, no matter what you represent, no matter what you believe, I don't care because none of it will matter. None of it's going to matter if we don't unite now and start really banding together and supporting each other's freedom to have opinions. We will no longer be allowed to have any opinion. We will be told what to thought. Let's look at China. Look at their 15-minute cities. Look at the land grab Bill Gates is going after. He's been preaching 15-minute cities for at least the last year, talking about that's what he wants to implement. Look and see what look into what a 15-minute city is. Guys, digital IDs, better buck on it. No. Do not buy into this stuff, guys. I promise you, we are, I mean, I hate to be a fearmonger, but if we're not in the end times, I don't know that we will ever see any other insights as to this is the end. Like, I just don't see it happening. And my fellow Christians, you're going to say it's what's in God's will and everything is going to happen. Well, listen, this is my thing. Those of us who have families, we're going to do whatever we can to protect our families. So I don't care what happens here. What happens here stays here. But what I will tell you is that the people that I'm looking to unite with are the people who are going to stand up for what they know is right in their heart, for what they know is right with their family and their community, for what they know is right for the people that are their enemies. They will still stand up for their enemies. Those are the people I'm looking for. If that's you, please follow this page. We have to unite, guys. There's literally no other way forward. It's this or nothing. And you're not going to be worried about what to put, where you're going to make money to put food on the table. It's going to come down to what food. There is no food. It's all controlled. Guys, you have to dig deeper. You know, the generations before me, like my parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and beyond, they believed and trusted the government and doctors and all of the bullshit, like just blindly trusting this stuff. I've challenged everything my entire life. Probably because I have ODD. But regardless of the reason of the why, the premise still stands true that everything that I've ever been called a conspiracy type person about has all been proven. It's all been proven. None of it, not one thing that I've ever suspected to be true has been busted. Nothing. It's all only been proven over the last several years. So, with that, I ask you to take off the tinfoil hat of believing what all you see on the news. I ask you guys to turn off the news. Like, I hate to say that because you kind of need to know what the enemy is doing, but I just say turn it off. Like, it's only going to drag you down. And this video is not made to drag you down. It's just, we have to be real. Like, we have to understand that of what's going on. We have to be able to call it how we see it. And the writing is so clear on the walls that I just don't understand the mechanics behind someone who doesn't want to see the truth. You cannot have faith in a government. You cannot have faith in anything other than Jesus Christ, or in this case, whatever you believe. That's what this whole video is about, maintaining our freedom. our freedom to work, our freedom to live, our freedom to have fun, our freedom to support our kids and our families, our freedom to live. Go look at 15-minute cities in China. That's coming here. Watch where the natural disasters have been. That's where it'll start first. Guys, this page is going to get a whole lot more serious, and I'm going to expect that these pages are going to get shut down as I'm posting this stuff, because all platforms have the same backing as far as ownership goes. You can take that with what you will. But it's time that we actually step into the role of serving each other. We step into the role of being okay to sound crazy, to share the truth. There's so many thoughts that my family would literally look at me and tell me that I am absolutely crazy about. Now, since I'm the only one who wouldn't buy into the mask, like I would go out to, for example, I'd go to the golf store, I'd go to the mall, I'd go to wherever. I'm refusing to put a mask on during CVD, and I refused to put the mask on. I told them straight up, I'm not buying into it. Call the police if you need to. I'm not doing it. Police came. They said there's nothing we can do to him. I'm not buying into it. I didn't buy into it then. I've had CVD 4 times. Okay? Lost my taste once. No jabs. Family has. Not me. Not gonna happen. Not my family. Not my direct connect family. No, not gonna happen. If you had a jab, it's already too late. So I just ask you, before this goes any further, you don't even have to believe me. Dive into this stuff. It's really easy to find. Guys, they're literally putting it in our face. It's literally in our face. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the things that are going on in China and Japan, those things end up coming here. For example, look at JDM cars. Look at Tokyo Dream. Look at Fast and Furious series. Let's look at boba tea. Okay? Let's look at digital IDs. Okay? China, digital IDs. Literally, if you don't have a certain scale, like if you're let's say that you got into an argument with someone somewhere and they went and reported you to China government or whatever the facial recognition whatever it is, like they actually have like a scale system there to where it's literally like a social scale, and if you slip up or if you mess up and you fall down the social scale, they can literally make it where you can't even buy food anymore because it's all biometric. Everything is facial recognition. It's control. It's all control. And they're going to sell it to us. This is what they're going to sell it to us. They're going to say, oh, well, we need it to improve our security because of AI. We need to make sure that you're protected. Bullshit. We need to make sure that no one else is using your funds so you're protected. Bullshit. We need to make sure no one else is making decisions for you so you're protected. Bullshit. No matter what they say, this whole digital ID thing is a complete control grab. And most of you who have already swiped off this video, they missed it because they didn't want to hear what they didn't want to hear. I don't want to say what I have to say. I don't want to say this stuff. I don't want any of this to be true. Why would I want any of this to be true? I have absolutely zero reason to want any of this to be true. But ignoring it doesn't make it any less true. And that's what so many Americans do, especially the older generations. They want to have the faith in the doctor. I don't. I'm going to question everything. Thank God. Look at COVID. Look at what it did to us. Look at the jib jabs. Look at all the athletes. You're going to tell me teenagers in impeccable shape, the best shape of their life likely, are just dropping for no reason? I mean, it doesn't take any more than just common sense to put these patterns together. It really doesn't. You're going to tell me that You can't see the connection from who actually took CK out. You can't see that red and that blue and white connection, and how that blue and white connection couldn't move forward with something like that without getting a red, white, and blue approval. Come on. The writing is on the wall. There's literally text message screenshots out that prove CK had a problem with the white and blue. That proved it. We're still acting like it didn't happen. I'm in a lot of like pro-Trump Facebook groups and fan pages, and you guys are still rallying behind him. He's a puppet. He's a puppet. We've been played. It is what it is. Call it what it is. Quit trying to save face, I should say. Quit trying to save it. He sold us out, guys. It is what it is. He sold us out. But we thought he wouldn't because he's a billionaire. We thought that he had the funds to not sell us out. We thought that he had the funds to not lead us astray. We thought that he had the integrity to bring God back into the school. We thought that he had the intention to release the Epstein files. Which is really funny because when you look at Kash Patel and he acts like he's actually stated that they don't exist. But if you look into the time leading up to right before they decided to run, before he decided to run, he mentioned that he was advising Trump to run on releasing the Epstein files. Just to say they don't exist. Are we really buying this? Are we really going to believe this? Are we really so naive that we're going to buy into this? Are you? Are you really this dumb? I just don't see anybody being this dumb. But there are. I mean, obviously, there's people, like I said, in these Facebook groups and TikTok and all over the place. These Trump, I'm literally, you can go on TikTok right now and find someone live talking and praising Trump. He's a sellout. I had high hopes for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're actually going to see a leader that can't be bought. And then all of a sudden, the blue and white team are like, ha 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 ha. And then they hook all the strings up to him, and now they're just playing him. And you guys who are still in total disbelief and support of him, you're getting played. And those of you who think that the blue is any better, you're equally getting played. The red and blue are two heads on the same snake. And the sooner we all realize that and wake up, and we realize that, let me show you. When you realize that all of your neighbors everywhere, when you realize your neighbors are the ones, your neighbors, your enemies, your unity is going to be the only thing. It's truly the only thing that can save us, save our freedom. We have to put down the emotional triggers. We have to put down the emotional triggers of a lot of things, and we're going to have to move. That's the only way to move forward. We have to put down the emotional triggers of what I believe you should be doing for the environment. We have to put away the emotional triggers of I want like pro-choice. We have to get rid of the emotional triggers of I want to hold my guns. We have to get rid of this crap. Forget about all that. Okay? Those are all very decisive things that are divided to keep us divided, right? At each other. Forget about all of that. Put it all on the table. Just put it behind you. Now, step into the real world of what we're dealing with. We have essentially, we'll just use these bottles for example. We have essentially a division point that's trying to separate what should be a magnetization between these bottles. They're trying to squeeze us apart. And every time we agree that there's a reason for us to not like each other, they get us further and further apart. Well, guys, it's really simple. Divide and conquer. It's like the oldest trick in the book. Divide and conquer. In fact, I think it would be really hard to find someone that's watching this video, if they've made it through 14 minutes, that didn't know what divide and conquer means, or hasn't at least heard of it before. This is literally a last call. It's a last call. Your color doesn't matter. Your support of which party, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have integrity, that you have a moral compass, and that you want your freedoms. And if you don't want those, if you don't have integrity, you don't have a moral compass, and you don't want your freedom, then the country is going exactly how you'd like for it to go. But if you do care about those things, no matter what side of whatever, all of that you sit on, if you care about the options that you currently have, and they're less now than they were 50 years ago, but if you care about those options, you'll follow this page. You'll go and reconnect with your community. You'll connect with an enemy. You'll have this conversation with an enemy. You see, I'm a firm believer that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And guess what? The G of MNT right here, they're our enemy. They just are. Because they're corrupt. Because they let the blue and white dance them around like a puppet. And because of that, it's compromised. So, we have to unite, not to harm this, but to hold this accountable for the bad decisions it's made. Now, with that being said, it's probably going to be a thing of the entire house of cards is going to have to fall. The entire house of cards is going to have to fall, and then we have to rebuild it. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that anybody needs to be harmed, but I am saying that there needs to be accountability. People need to be taken out of positions of control. People need to be taken out of opportunities of how to hurt people. Who knows? God might come back by the end of the day. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But what we do know in our heart, whether you want to admit it or not, what you know is that what's going on right now, no matter what side of the table you're on, you have concern. You're on the red side, and you're pro-Trump, you have concerns. You have doubts. Whether you admit those doubts or not are irrelevant. But you have them. I know you have them, because I would have been the last person I would have ever thought that would be making a video like this. And if I have the doubts of the level of magnitude I do, I know that you do. I know that at the very least, you're probably at least questioning what is going on. And I hope to bring more of those answers to this page. And I have a lot of that content preloaded. And if anything were to happen to me, it'll all be out. And I have receipts that can be compared to good old CO, because she is crushing it. God bless you guys. I hope this video finds somebody who can connect with me here. Hear what I'm saying and not what I'm not saying. We need to hold these people accountable. We need to get the white and blue out of our system. They need to be completely disbanded from any control here. I think that the whole premise of being American and being in this country is one based on having freedoms, one based on having the freedom to disagree and debate people, having the freedom to actually speak your mind and talk about hot topics without being hurt, to question things without being ridiculed and being called anti-Semitic. This is a scary time, guys. It's a scary time. And it doesn't matter who you voted for, like I said. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters now is either we unite as Americans, or we look at China and we see what's coming down our throat. That's really the options. We can either unite and get over our differences and actually stand back up to what I believe America stood for: freedom, opinion, options, support, unity. What do you think? Do you think I'm nuts? Is what I'm requesting out of us that difficult? Is it that big of an ask? Am I asking for something that's unreasonable? I don't think so. I think that we can do this. I think it's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot more people doing these kind of video, this kind of content for the most part. I mean, you don't really know me probably. Every time I start to get traction and get more than 20,000 or 30,000 followers, my accounts get banned. The account gets down just like that. 30,000 followers, it gets canceled. How can I build a following like that? Especially through TT. I mean, the whole follower list is gone. Everything is gone. And they say you can download your information out of it. They don't ever let you do that. You never get it. It's all bullshit. And now that's owned by Oracle. Another blue and white issue. Control, control, control. Divide, control. Divide, control. Divide, control. Divide, control. That's all this is. It's a circle jerk of division and control. And then you wonder why you have, I will agree, crazy people doing crazy things. I don't know. I hope that on some degree, this long video, it's way longer than it ever should have been. I hope that this builds some rapport with you guys. You guys get to know me a little bit better. I wonder how many accounts will get taken down because of this video. I just don't care. We're at a crossroads, guys. If this video is still up, we're 22 minutes in. We're at a crossroads. We're either going to do the right thing, unify, have a country to come home to, or we're not. We're going to be forced into either being ousted by society or forced into a digital belief system. Scary stuff. 15-minute cities in China are no joke. You literally have kids that can't go to school if their social status is not high enough. It scans their face for biometric reading, and if they have any blemish in their social standing, they can't go to school. That's not even the worst part. What about the parent of a kid that doesn't have a good social standing, and now their social standing is affected as well? And their social standing doesn't let them buy food for their family. Now what? Just watched an interview this morning. This young woman is unable to buy food in China because her social standing is low. So they don't let her interact with anyone. And there's no cards. There's no tap pay. There's none of that shit. They're paying with their face. Well, guess what? Her uncle was buying her food because she couldn't buy it. He got caught, and now he's cut off. So you tell me, when are we going to stand up? Are we going to, or is that going to be our future? Peace and freedom for all, guys. God bless you.